Hello, myself Pranali Prasad Suryanshi. My roll number is 1803023. We are the students of KE Society's Rajaram Babu Institute of Technology. We are studying in third year from branch Computer Science and Engineering. Here is our group members details. Myself Pranali Suryanshi, Tejasri Dabde, Shwetali Patil and Vaishnavi Shinde. For the ISC 1 of the Information Security, our topic name is Transport Layer Security. The contents of our presentation are: first, what is TLS? Second, history and development. Third, what does TLS do? Fourth, why do we need it? Fifth is working of it. And sixth is the protocol. Seventh is comparison. And eighth is benefits and limitations of the TLS. So let's dive into the contents by starting our presentation. TLS stands for Transport Layer Security. First of all, the need is to understand what is transport layer. The transport layer is the fourth layer in OSI model. In this, the data sent by application layer is in segmented form. The transport layer ensures that data must be received in the same sequence in which it was sent. Now, transport layer security refers to the secure data transfers between sender and receiver. The security is achieved by a technique called as encryption. TLS is the successor to the SSL. It ensures privacy between communicating applications and their users on internet. TLS encryption can help protect web applications from data breaking and other attacks. Nowadays, TLS protected HTTPS is becoming popular and practiced for website. For example, Google Chrome browser is cracking down on non-HTTPS site and everyday users are wearing off websites that do not feature HTTPS padlock icon. Means if we open any website on Google Chrome, before the website name there is small lock icon. If the padlock is closed, meaning that the connection is secure because it is HTTPS powered by TLS. The main use of TLS is to encrypt communication between web applications and servers. Example, server loading the website. TLS can also be used to encrypt communications such as email, messaging, and voice over internet protocol. Let us see the history and development of TLS. It was developed through a joint initiative by various communication agencies and computer corporations who initiated secure data network system. The story behind invention of TLS is that TLS is actually evolved from SSL, which was developed by Netscape. TLS version 1.0 actually began development as SSL version 3.1, but the name was changed before publication in order to indicate that it was no longer associated with Netscape. TLS have many versions developed: 1.0, 1.2 and 1.3. Same as TLS, SSL have many versions such as 1.0, 2.0 and 3.0. This is all from my side. Next will be explained by Tejasri. Thank you.
My name is Tejasri and I am here discussing now the point what does TLS do. The main three components of the TLS are authentication, integrity and encryption. Encryption is nothing but translating data into another form or code so that the people who has access to the secret key or password, only that person can read that data. That is hiding the data to be transferred from the third party. Second one is authentication. In authentication, the receiver need to be sure of the sender's identity. That is, the receiver has to be make sure that actual sender is the same as it is claimed to be. And third one is integrity. It means that data must reach the destination without any adulteration, that is exactly as it was sent. There must be no changes during transmission, neither accidentally nor maliciously. The next point is, why do we need TLS? When we want to purchase any goods from a particular website, we need to give our transaction details to them. like account number, account holder name, etc. As these details are very confidential, so it is very dangerous if attacker attack on this information. So our information need to be encrypted with the stronger encryption algorithm. So ciphertext should reach safely towards the receiver. That's why we need a TLS which ensures the security of the information. Next point is covered by Shwetali.
Hello, my name is Shwetali Patil. My PRN is 1803029. Now let us have a look on working of TLS. As we all know, transport layer securities are designed to provide security at transport layer. TLS was derived from security protocol called SSL. Its goal is to provide standard version of SSL. When we are browsing a website, we can see at the address bar of some website there are a HTTP or HTTPS and also a green color lock icon. This is due to TLS. First, let us see what is HTTP. HTTP is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is an application protocol which helps browser and web servers to communicate between each other over the internet. HTTP, in which there are set of rules in which we can transfer text, photos, videos through internet. That is, HTTP is communication of data through the internet. Data transfer between server and clients are not encrypted. Private data like password also transfer as plain text. If any hacker or attacker attack on those data, then all the information like bank details and password can get hacked, and this would be more harmful for the user. Now, how here is TLS used? If any website is using HTTPS instead of HTTP and also a lock icon aside of HTTPS, it means it is verified by Google or Symantec. In HTTPS, S stands for secure. Previously, non-encrypted password was passing between sender and receiver, but now encrypted password is passing. This is by using TLS. The message get encrypted and more strongly encrypted with the various alphabets and symbol, which is nearly impossible for hacker to hack the system. Now let us see how TLS does it. The client connect to server using TCP. The client will be anything. The client said number of specifications. First one, version of TLS. Second one, which cipher suits comprehension method if he wants. The server checks what is the highest version is that is supported by them both, picks a cipher which is suited. After a basic setup is done, the server provides its certification client which would be trusted. This certificate would be certified by a client or a third party system which is trusted by the client. This can be a public key which is in which key is exchanged. That can be a public key, pre-master secret key, or simply nothing. Both the server and client can now compute that the this process is finished, and to close a connection is by finishing. Now this is the working of TLS. Now let us see protocols of TLS. There are two protocols of TLS, that are handshake protocol and record protocol. In handshake protocol, the client and server will negotiate the protocol version. In the record protocol, the client and server will manage all outgoing messages will be encrypted with the secret key established in the handshake. In handshake protocol, select cryptographic algorithm or cipher which suits. In the record protocol, they encrypted message and transmitted to other side. In handshake protocol, authenticate each other by asymmetric cryptography. In record protocol, client and server manages outgoing messages with encrypted with a shared secret key established in the handshake. In handshake protocol, client and server establish a shared secret key that will be used for symmetric encryption in the next phase. In record protocol, they will be verified to see if there is any modification during transmission or not. If not, message will be decrypted with the same symmetric secret key. In handshake protocol, main purposes of handshake protocol is authentication and key exchange. In record protocol, main purposes of record protocol is confidentiality and integrity.
Hello, my name is Vaishnavi Vijay Kumar Shinde and my roll number is 1803031. I am going to tell the difference between TLS and SSL with benefits and limitations of TLS. Let us discuss the difference. TLS stands for Transport Layer Security while SSL stands for Secure Socket Layer. The difference between TLS and SSL are very minor and technical, but TLS and SSL are different standards. The first version of TLS was developed by the Internet Engineering Task Force in 1999. Netscape developed the first version of SSL in 1995. Additionally, 4 versions of TLS have been released, that are TLS 1.0, 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3. In SSL, 3 versions have been released, that is 1.0, 2.0 and 3.0. TLS is also a cryptographic protocol. Cryptographic protocol means it is an abstract or concrete protocol that performs a security relation function. This protocol provides secure communication between web server and client via implicit connection. It is the successor of SSL protocol. In SSL, also we use cryptographic protocol that uses explicit connection to establish secure communication between web server and client. TLS 1.0 and 1.1 have been broken, that are deprecated as of March 2020. TLS 1.2 is the most widely developed protocol version. In SSL, we have been found all the versions are vulnerable, that are weak or without protection, and they all have been deprecated. Now, let's see the benefits of TLS. First, encryption. It helps to secure data using encryption. Second, interoperability. It is the ability of a computer system or a software to exchange and make use of information. So, TLS work with most web browsers including Microsoft Internet Explorer and Netscape Navigator and on most operating system and web servers. Algorithm flexibility. TLS provides option for the authentication mechanism encryption algorithm and hashing algorithms that are used during the secure section. Next, ease of use. Users implement TLS within the application layer. Most of its operations are completely invisible to the client. Then, ease of development. Many applications use TLS transparently on a Windows Server 2003 operating system. Let's move towards the limitations. First, it is tightly coupled with Transport Layer Protocol. Second, it represents an all-over-nothing approach to security. This implies that the security mechanism is unaware of message content so that you cannot selectively apply security to portions of the message as you can with message layer security. Third, protection is transient. The message is protected only while in transit. Protection is removed automatically by the endpoint when it receives the message. And fourth, it is not an end-to-end solution but simply point-to-point. Here our presentation ends.